It is November 11th, 2024. Happy Veterans Day to those who have served our country, and especially the families that are also serving the country as well to support their loved ones. So we are back at home from getting our garden fall prepped, just processing the remainder of our harvest, and thought we'd show you a few things that we had decided to do. So take a look. This is what we got. Okay, so we've got some remaining peppers, tomatoes, and we just kind of came home, threw them in some water and vinegar, and I left them in there for almost 2 days. I shouldn't have done that, but I'm going to show you my mistake. You can see they're starting to wrinkle up and shrivel up, but there's still some good ones in there. And then we have a little bit of our toothache plant that is remaining, and then we've got these beautiful orange ox hearts that are starting to soften and wrinkle. So we need to start processing these. Couple of eggplants, and Andy just finished up stringing our okra. We'll show you that in a bit. So we still have to get through our cherry tomatoes from 2 days ago. 2 days ago. Yeah, and then we've got all these green tomatoes that remain. I took down all our tomato plants. I think I left up a couple just to go to seed, but yeah, so today we're going to go ahead and we're just going to process a little bit of our peppers and show you some ideas. Okay, so we've got here some banana peppers, some pepperoncinis that have gone red, cayenne peppers, possibly. We're trying to identify what peppers what. And then we've got some jalapenos here. And then those are the cayenne peppers, I think. Maybe that's a chili pepper. I'm not sure. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut them up and see what each one is, and then show you how we're going to process them today. Okay, I've got my taste tester here, and it is confirmed that these peppers, even though they've been sitting for 2 days, are still just as hot. These red peppers, the cayenne. And then I also have some pepperoncinis in there. And I just went ahead and I cut those up, and I'm going to go ahead and get those set aside, and I'll show you the next step. We've got our banana peppers. These have turned green. Banana peppers. These are the pepperoncinis. These are the cayenne peppers, and also I think it's a chili pepper. And this is the jalapeno. So I had the taste tester taste all of these, and he has confirmed which are hot and which are cool. Are not cool, but mild. These are actually sweet, as you know, banana peppers. And then these pepperoncinis that have gone red, those are also got a sweetness to them. So it'll be a little bit of a variety going on. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and have fun with them. And something that I saw of a way to process your peppers for long-term storage, to use in, dishes, and just to have like maybe on a piece of toast, like a bruschetta. So I'm going to have fun. So take a look. The process is to go ahead and get these inside a bowl, and I'm going to add some sea salt. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put each of these peppers into their own bowl. So I've got my cayenne peppers, chili peppers, and then these are my red pepperoncinis. These are the jalapeno. And then these are the banana peppers. So the pepperoncinis right here, and the banana peppers are the most mild, and they're sweet. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons of sea salt. This is Redmond's real salt. So I'm just going to put, actually I'm going to put 1 teaspoon because usually you can use sea salt, which is larger, and that's 2 teaspoons. So I'm just going to use 1 teaspoon of the Redmond real salt. Yeah, 1 teaspoon because that's a smaller one. Okay, and then I'm going to mix this together. Let them kind of marinate a little bit in that sea salt, Redmond's real salt. Just kind of get them covered with that salt. All right, so I'm going to let them sit in there for a little bit, and I'll show you the next step. Okay, it's been a couple of minutes. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a towel, and let me show you what I'm doing over here in the colander. Okay, so I've got it kind of sectioned out into 4 since I have the 4 different types of peppers, and I may want to mix them, or I may just have a jar of each. I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to go ahead and I just kind of took a knife and a straw just to kind of give it 4 corners, and I'm going to place the towel in there so I can section them out. Okay, now that I have this sectioned out into the 4 corners, I'm going to go ahead and add my peppers. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add these peppers into the little corner pockets. And I'm only doing this to separate out the colors and the types. So you can just kind of mix them all together, which I might do that. I'm not sure yet. So my straw is kind of falling, but you get the point. I've got 4 little corners here. Okay, so I think you can see how they're separated out. Then I'm just going to simply put the towel over each of them. And let them sit overnight. And I'm going to put some weight on top of here. Got this 1 gallon thing of water. I might put 2 on here to give it some extra weight. Okay, here we have it. I'm going to set this aside. All right, got this sitting here, and I'm going to let it sit here overnight, and then I will continue the process tomorrow. Okay, it is the next day, and I have got my peppers in here. The towel is very wet, so that's interesting. But they still look just as good, and they smell wonderful. So I've got my little mason jar, if you will, that clips, and I'm just simply going to spoon out peppers. So I'm going to go ahead and get those set up in the jar. Okay, so I've got all those in my jar, and I'm just going to go ahead and put all of them in the same jar since these jars are pretty small and I only had a handful of peppers. But isn't that pretty? It's just such a pretty color in there of the variety of peppers. So now what I'm going to do is just simply add in my extra virgin olive oil. What I want to do is I want to get all these peppers covered in the oil. Go ahead and fill it all the way up to the rim. Not the rim, but the headspace where the jar meets the thinner area. And that's going to cover all of my peppers. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this up. What you want to look for is you want to wait until the oil in there absorbs the peppers and the colors of the peppers. So this oil will actually change color, and you can just kind of check on it. But you want to go ahead and you want to wait about 2 weeks, check it out, and once that changes color, you're ready to start using these. These can last up to a year. So do your own research on that, but I am hearing a year or longer, and so I'm looking forward to having this on my counter. I think it's going to look really pretty, especially when tomorrow the sun is out and the light comes through this window. And I think it's going to look really nice there. All right. Thanks for watching.